Okay, guys, I got to get caught up on the celebrity stuff. I know you guys have been asking me my opinion on different celebrities, and I hate talking about celebrities. I ain't gonna lie. I just do it for y'all. If I could, I wouldn't talk about none of them. They all narcissists, in my opinion. But I'm gonna kick things off with Gene Hackman. I have something to say about Gene Hackman, and I think there's something that all women definitely can learn from this in terms of, if you're single now, you can learn from this. And to my ladies that are divorced, newly divorced, or thinking about divorce, listen, this is what I think happened. Well, we know Gene Hackman passed away with his along with his wife, and people were like, "What the hell? How did they both die at the same time? The dog, was dead. They found the dog dead in a crate or whatever. So it was him, his wife, and the dog were all dead." And it was so bizarre. He's really old, geriatric, I think 95 years old. He had Alzheimer's, dementia, really bad off. And his wife, what's her name? I can't pronounce her name. I'm not even going to try. Asian woman. She appears to be Asian. And I believe she's like 20 or 30 years younger, much younger than Gene. That right there says predator. Narcissistic, psychopath, and predator. When I see men marry women and there's a large age gap, 15, 20, 25 years, that means he groomed her. That means he groomed her. And the fact that they both were living and had no contact with his adult children, no contact with the outside world. I believe he had a pacemaker on. No contact with anyone. That man is totally 100% a narcissist. Well, he was. Probably one of the more the fact that his adult children were not in communication with him means his kids did not want to deal with him. This is what I'm saying, y'all. With these narcissistic parents, they don't understand that if they abuse their children are not going to come around when they get old and take care of them. That man had an $80 million fortune, which he left to his wife, but she can't even collect because she's dead. So now his children probably got to sue for the money in probate court or whatever. I don't know. But his adult children stayed the fuck away from him because I guarantee that motherfucker was abusive. Everything about an abusive man is written all over Gene Hackman. I'm going to call it how I see it. Because why is he with a much younger woman? What I think happened, well, what was it? What's the disease? The virus. She had some type of virus that comes from rats, right? Rodents or whatever. She was too young to die. She got sick, and I guess she died first. And because he has Alzheimer's and dementia, he could not call the police. He probably was, discombobulated, confused, and then, when he saw that y'all might have to help me with the story because I'm trying to recall it, but I don't know if he saw her dead body and maybe he had a heart attack, then he died. She took care of him. And ladies, what I want y'all to understand, and it's not even a race thing. It's not even about white or black. Every man of every race who is narcissistic, they will all do the same thing. Because they're so toxic, when they get past 50 and 60 and up, shit, I'm going to even say 40s. They're rotten to their core in their 40s. 40s, mid 40s, late 40s, 50s. They know that women their age will not put up with their shit. Women their age refuse to be manipulated. We don't need their money. We're self-sufficient. We got our own cars, homes, good jobs. We need men with emotional intelligence. These men lack emotional intelligence because they're narcissists. So what do these motherfuckers do in their late 40s and 50s and 60s? They go after the really young girls, 20, 25, because they think young girls are dumb, gullible, and they're easy to groom and manipulate. So what he'll do, he'll take that young woman put some babies in her to slow her down, hinder her life, train her to be a stay-at-home mom, a cook. He's got his own personal maid and slave. And the babies will slow her down if he does get her pregnant. And he is also financially abusive. He'll control what she spends. So she's basically a slave in her fucking marriage. And she's supposed to stay there until he gets old, because she's also going to become his nurse when he starts to get chronically ill. Men are marrying, they're looking for a nurse and a purse. A nurse and a purse and a mother. They don't want love. When they marry, it's not for love. It is narcissists are transactional. What can you do for me? Yeah, I'll give you a ring and a title so you can brag to your friends and family. However, when I get you behind closed doors, I own you. You are my slave. Get your ass in there and cook and clean and take care of me. And when I get old, I don't want to go to a nursing home. I'm going to stay in my house and you're going to become my nurse. That's what Gene Hackman did with this young woman. He had no business with that young woman, but I believe he was so horrible. No woman his age going to put up with his shit. That's why he married that woman that young, and he groomed her and trained her, turned her into his nurse. There is no, he's leaving behind $80 million. Why doesn't he have an entire staff of nurses, caretakers? He isolated her. Just like a true abuser. That's what abusive men do. They isolate you and they pull you away from your friends and family so you have no support system. Gene Hackman isolated his wife. He trained her and groomed her. You are here to serve me and nobody else but me. And ain't nobody going to be in our business because we live in the middle of nowhere. My kids aren't allowed to come over here, and they don't want to come over here because I treat them like shit too. His adult children want nothing to do with him. They are completely clueless. They don't check in on him because he probably was a horrible father. You can tell because he left all his money to his wife. He robbed that woman of her years. She could be alive right now enjoying that money. And the reason why they probably didn't hire a staff of nurses and stuff is because he took that power away from her. I could tell he was the more dominant one in their marriage, because ain't no way, if you're going to marry an older man for his wealth, you're going to be calling the shots. And she, as his wife, should have been, I'm not finna sit up here and be wiping your ass and giving you your medicine when we got more than enough money to hire an entire staff to do that. He took all the power from her and he turned her into his personal nurse. That man robbed her of her years. And that's what these men will do, honey. Start teaching your young daughters. I don't care. Your daughter could be 11, 12 years old. Start teaching these young girls, teenagers, to leave these older men alone. The younger ones are bad, but the older ones, don't ever think, oh, he got money, he going to take care of me. Yeah, you're going to be a kept woman. You're also going to be an abused fucking woman. He's going to rob you of your youth, your beauty, your looks, your money, your life. He will steal all of it away just to have control. That's what narcissistic men do. Gene Hackman was a big narcissist, and his kids didn't like him. His kids stayed away from him. They didn't even bother to check up on him. That says a lot to me. He's that old with Alzheimer's, and his adult children didn't want shit to do with him. I know what's up. I could sense it. I said his kids didn't like him. He was not a nice father. I hope his kids, in the way, that's why I tell y'all, these narcissists, when they write their will and their last will and testament, you think they're going to give you money, they'll give it to the spouse just to spite the children. Because the spouse will take over. But who knows? His wife could have been a narcissist too. If the spouse is a nasty, evil bitch, a narcissist, he will turn the money over to her after he dies so that she could take over and continue abusing his adult children. And flashing things in their face. Aha, that's why I got paid. He left me the money. He didn't leave y'all nothing. That's what he probably wanted to use her to hurt his children even more after his death. Leave all the $80 million to his wife and send an indirect message to his adult children, fuck you. This could have been yours, but I'd rather give it to my wife. Fuck you. But see how God works? The wife ain't here to enjoy the money. She gone too. She lost her life taking care of that motherfucker. And it was not worth it. Ain't no fucking way y'all worth that much money and y'all don't have an entire staff there to take care of that man. That means he ruled over her. He was very controlling and bossy. He didn't let her call. He called the shots. He didn't let her call the shots. She was well groomed. It gives predator. He gives me pedophile. I wouldn't even be surprised if he was part of the Jeffrey Epstein, the whole crew. That's predator behavior. Ladies, do not give up your life for a man. Do not give up your life for an older man, and start teaching your young daughters to stay away. Any man that preys on a younger woman, much younger woman, is a pedophile and a predator. And ladies, my single mothers, be careful who you bring around your daughters. If you're going to have a boyfriend, if you're going to date, there are a lot of men who will get in a relationship he will get in a relationship with a single mother just to get close to her daughter. You thinking he want to date you the whole time he got his eyes on your daughter. It's a lot of men that are pedophiles, honey. It's more than what we think. Black, white, Hispanic, men are disgusting. They are narcissistic. Protect your children, and also don't be desperate to get into a relationship. Handle your codependency issues in therapy. It's not worth it to be tied down to an abuser. And don't be out here chasing men for their money. I don't care how much money. We saw Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs, Diddy, wherever the fuck y'all want to call him. He was a billionaire and he was whooping that girl's ass. The money and the gifts are not worth it. Abusers are abusers, whether they're wealthy or not. They will destroy your fucking life. All right? That's my 2 cents on Gene Hackman. I think 100% he was abusive to not just his wife, to everyone. That's why his kids did not fuck with him. They did not care about his health. They did not check in on him. That's why I say these baby boomers, they're going to catch hell when their kids, they're going to be in nursing homes. Their children are not going to take care of them. Their children are going to say, fuck you, find somebody else to do it. Because all you have done is abuse your children their entire lives. Now you want help. You're old and you're sick and you want somebody to be around to take care of you, feed you, bathe you, wash your ass. You was not a good parent, bitch. Rot in hell, rot in that nursing home. Now you know what it fucking feels like. Oh, Gene Hackman.